Little fifth graders, we are now moving on with the Cold War to our next lesson on the Berlin Airlift. Germany. After World War II, Germany was divided into two sections, East Germany and West Germany. The Soviet Union controlled East Germany. The Allies controlled West Germany. Here's a map of the country of Germany. The green portion is the area where the Soviet Union had control. The yellow area is the location of where the United States and the Allies also had control. Now, the yellow area, West Germany, was divided up into sections as well. But just for test purposes, we'll just say the United States and the Allies controlled that section. And the entire green section was controlled by the Soviet Union. East Germany and West Germany. West Germany and East Germany. Berlin. Berlin was the capital city of Germany. Berlin was technically in East Germany, but the agreement drawn up after the war split the capital into a communist side and a capitalist side as well. The Soviet Union controlled the eastern half of the city, and the Allies controlled the western half. The Allied controlled part of Germany became an independent nation in 1949. So even the city of Berlin, which was on the eastern side of Germany, was also split in two. So again, the Soviet Union controlled that eastern half of the city, and the Allies controlled the western half. Soviet Union wanted more. Joseph Stalin wanted the Allies out of Berlin. The Soviet Union wanted to control all of Germany and wanted the Allies to leave Berlin. The Soviet Union cut off all entrances into the city in 1948, hoping to gain control of the whole city. They blocked all supplies from getting into West Berlin by railroad or waterway. That meant no food or fuel for heat in the cold of winter. So Joseph Stalin got angry and decided to not allow any supplies to come into the Allies part of the city, hoping to drive them out so that they would leave. He wanted the whole city to himself. He did not like the fact that the Allies were in his portion of the city. The Berlin Airlift. President Harry Truman responded with the Berlin Airlift. For several months in 1948 to 1949, the United States and Allied airplanes delivered supplies to West Berlin every day for 321 days. This was called the Berlin Airlift. The United States, Great Britain, and France sent supply planes over West Berlin and dropped more than 2 million tons of supplies on more than 250,000 flights. So this was Harry Truman's response or solution to the blockade that the Soviet Union were doing. He sent in the supplies. Now, if the Soviet Union had shot down one of these planes or any of these planes, that would have meant another war. And the Soviet Union did not want to go to war with the United States because it would have been very bad for both countries to go to war. The United States, of course, would have won, but not without the loss of several soldiers. And it might have even become a nuclear war where both sides used nuclear weapons. The purpose of the airlift was to provide hope for the people in West Berlin so they could remain free and not fall under communist rule. The Soviet Union gave up and lifted the blockade. So after a long year of these airplanes bringing in supplies into the city of Berlin, finally the Soviet Union gave up and lifted the blockade. They quit. The United States won the Berlin Airlift. Not wanting a war, Joseph Stalin finally gave up. The airlift worked and the Soviet blockade was eventually lifted. West Berlin remained free. And you can see in the picture here how the supplies some of the times was dropped off. Now sometimes they landed in airports as well, but sometimes they dropped off supplies like this. Sometimes they would even drop off candy for the children. And here you see a map of Western Berlin. You even see here in Germany, East Berlin, West Berlin, then East Germany, West Germany. But you see here the West Germany, how it's divided up in different zones. You got the American zone, the French zone, the British zone. And these areas, of course, are where each of the Allies had control of their side of Germany. And all of East Germany was controlled by the Soviet Union. But again, Berlin was divided in two as well. And here are the airplane routes where they went into West Berlin to drop off the supplies. Last but not least, have a nice day.